fan, I don't know, regarding your T-Bag character or other villains. Say that again. The weirdest thing ever sent by a fan.
Weirdest thing ever sent to you?
I'm pretty sure you attract psycho people because of the villain in the character. So that's why.
Everyone always asks me that, and I have to say, fans have always been very respectful. I expected the worst letters for prisoners,
Love
but I never love letters, you know. But I never doubt them. I've got, in fact, the most respectful letters I've gotten have been from guys in prison.
You look a bit disappointed.
No, I'm not disappointed. No, what I love about the show, I remember the first episode I did of that show, T-Bag is starting a riot against black people, right? So I was shooting in Chicago, the show, it was September when it aired, and I thought, I'm gonna have to call Fox Network, and I'm gonna have to get security because every African American in this town is gonna want my head because they're gonna see me and they know the show's gonna be big. They're going to kill me, thinking that I'm a racist. I got more compliments from black people in Chicago saying, "Man, you nailed it. That's so good. That's how we think of racists." People somehow always knew it was acting. Thank God. I mean, I still get the, "Oh, you got your hand. I'm surprised you got your hand back." But other than that, it's always been very fresh and very respectful, and not, like I didn't get anything weird in the mail. It's got really nice, the letters went from, "I just want you to know I really hate you," to,
But I want you to live.
"But I want you to live. Please don't, I want to keep on hating you for a long time." But they were still respectful in their hate.
So I heard, it was said in the press that you wanted to see Deathstroke going in other directions, exploring our other parts of the character. And my question to you would be, how would you like to see Deathstroke in the series coming back, and what would you like to explore in that character?
Yeah, that whole thing, it was interesting. I did an interview with some guy from Australia. He was a journalist. And, he asked me quite a specific question about Deathstroke and the story. And, I didn't want to talk against the writers, and I said, "Well, hey, this is off the books. Okay? This is off the record. I'm going to tell you something from my perspective."
It was very off the record, did you?
Yeah, and he said, "Oh yeah, no worries, off the record." And so I said, "Look, my perspective is that Deathstroke in the comic books just never gets beaten. That's what makes him so good. That's what makes him so strong." And when it came down to the storyline on the television show, at the end of that second season, I lost Oliver without the other crew coming in at all. It was just one-on-one battle. Yeah, fair enough. But then to lose to his sister on the island was, I said to the writers, "Are you serious? Is this really going on?" And when I mentioned that, to this guy off the record, he printed, look, I mean, the writers, are trying to create a new path for Arrow, especially for Arrow as their boy. So, I've got to do whatever the direction of the storyline is. But it hurt a bit. It didn't hurt personally. It just my respect for that character and the way people come up to me and go, "Man, Deathstroke, man." I remember the day that I arrived in Vancouver, and I didn't even, when I did the audition, all I knew was I was playing some military guy, and I hadn't even read about Deathstroke or Slade Wilson. They just flew me there. I did this audition in Los Angeles, and they said, "You've got the role." I just thought I was playing some military guy. I got there, and I was at the airport, and my agent sent me this link. I opened it up and it said, "Mono Bennett cast as Slade Wilson." And I was standing there in the immigration line, and I said, "I didn't audition for Slade Wilson. The name of the character was something else." And the guy behind the counter went, "Dude, you played Slade Wilson." I went, "Huh?" He went, "Dude, that's Deathstroke, man. He's badass, And I wonder where they'll take the story now. Whether Slade, Deathstroke, would have a real threatening presence in that world now, given what's taken place. And, whether there's a future for me with Arrow now, I don't know. To be honest, I'm doing a new show called Shannara, and it's a great role. I'm playing like Gandalf, but like Gandalf crossed with Trixus. He's a badass druid. But yeah, well, you know, Shannara's, you know, it's interesting. It's a whole new kind of take on that story, and I'm wondering. I'm still waiting to see how the drama plays out, relationships play out. But happy with the role, and whether I get back to Arrow, I don't know. But you know, if I came back onto Arrow, I would hope that they would take Slade way back up to the really strong place that Deathstroke Slade also deserves to be in that DC comic book. You know? I think I've run the risk of making him a bit soft. I don't love my character, but I love my character. He should never be soft.
So it's for Osric. I saw on your Facebook page that you do a lot of cosplay, and one of the costumes is Loki's from Marvel. Would you like to have a part in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, or actually make a crack at Loki?
Sorry, can you repeat the question? If I were to get a crack at Marvel?
Yeah. Would you like to have a role in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, play a character?
I think any of us would love a crack at a character
Which one would
in the Marvel universe. Personally, the Hulk has always been my favorite. And if I were to play any character, it would be the Incredible Hulk. Well, I mean, you know, especially because I'm tinier, and, you know, I get to grow like 10 times my size and turn green. Yeah. I mean, Loki is probably my favorite bad guy ever. You know, there's just, you know, you feel sorry for him, he's not very good at it, he's really evil. You know, he's just got that perfect mix, and I think Tom Hiddleston does a great job playing him. And that's part of the reason. But the Hulk. In both Avengers movies, I thought the Hulk was like the saving grace for me. And he's, yeah, just one of those characters I'd love to play.
So do you trust either play a bad guy like Loki or a good guy like the Hulk?
Yeah.
It's a tough question.
It is. And plus, if you're playing the Hulk, most of it's going to be like mocap. And I mean, I can just like, I just want to go through the motions. It's going to look stupid, but the Hulk for sure. 100%.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. This is it. Thank you for coming and enjoy this European Comic Con.